Welcome to the finale of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Let's kick Gideon's ass. But first we gotta chase him through his laboratory. How does Gideon have a gigantic laboratory? Beats me, he probably rented Dexter's place. And while we're on the subject of Gideon, here's his bio. Oh man, I'm gonna have so much fun reading this. Alright, so Gideon's occupation is founder and leader of the League of Evil Exes, owner of Chaos Theater and Triple G Heavy Industries, club enterpriser, record dealer, and sponsor for the Sex Bomb. Formally. He's also an inventor. His power and skills are high intelligence, martial arts, swordsmanship skills, wealth, hand-to-hand combat, robotic and environmental skills in the video game, fast psychic skills, also in the video game, transformations, again a video game thing, and the glow, which is a comic book thing. His hobby is forcing Ramona to date him. Creep! Oh, a strange cough. And his goal is to gain Ramona's subspace powers and use them to control every mind in the world. That's not all. He also wants to control Ramona's love life, cryogenically freeze Ramona for his collection of exes to be dated later, in the graphic novel only. Well, at least it says here, it's also in the video game too, or at least it's heavily implied. You're gonna see that in a few minutes actually. And destroy Scott Pilgrim and have Ramona as his muse, which is gonna fail. He also goes by a whole bunch of different aliases like G-Man, Creep, Geeky Guy, Pretentious Ass, Douche, Dick, Asshole. I personally like Asshole and Creep more because it's Gideon in a nutshell. Gideon is arrogant and ruthless, but calm and outspoken, almost looking like someone worth trusting. His methods are discreet, but still highly efficient, much different from the rest of the league. While he does act friendly, he hides a cold and calculating behavior inside, willing to do everything to defeat Scott. He has a huge variety of powers, especially psychic ones. One of them, emotional warfare, can trap the enemy inside his mind, forcing him into facing his problems and issues. His other powers involve the usual agility and levitation, as well as excellent sword handling. And in the game, shapeshifting. Gideon's weapon of choice is a katana made completely out of pixels, which he can handle very easily in battle by literally fighting with one hand behind his back. Gideon can be seen fighting like this in the comic books. Now, I don't normally say this, but Gideon is kinda sus. But not only is this dude sus, he's got robots and clones. Oh god damn it, that's 2 episode 2 references in one playthrough alone. The robots don't drop any coins at all, and they're pretty easy to take down all things considered. You just gotta watch out for the big robots as they self-destruct upon death. The robot model ones make a reappearance from the Katayanagi stage, and they're still just as easy. They don't block that often, so you can just continuously punch them and they go down really quickly. There is some quote-unquote added challenge with this conveyor belt here, but it's not like the enemies roll off screen, so why the hell is this conveyor belt even here? These robots right here, the ones with the blue right to center logos, self-destruct, so you gotta run away from them when you kill them. Or dismantle them. The robots don't really have souls. At least I don't think. Androids don't dream of electric sheep, that's a myth. And you also got these sentry guns that don't really do that much if you're close to the bomb or top of the playing field, so take advantage of their limited range. And now for the only 2 human enemy types in this whole entire stage. Meet Alberta, the only generic enemy name I can recognize because it's a pun on Alberta, Canada. Oh boy. The Albertas can block a lot, so grabbing's pretty much the way to go with these gals, as well as jump kicking to close the distance, as they use stun batons. You can also use said stun batons when they drop dead. Now with the stun baton, you hit them and they fall over. You can't really get them into a looping combo like you can with the bat or the sword. They just fall over and get dazed. So stun batons, great for knockdowns, terrible for combos. And then you have these jetpack guys who are mysteriously absent from the credits for some reason. They just shoot down at you. They're easier to pick off with the stun batons as opposed to your jump kick. And their death animations are, well, their bodies don't come back down, so we assume they die in space? Or I don't know, they just burn up in re-entry. They go up so high that they never come back down. Except for like a lone jetpack. Yes, even the final stage has a restaurant type area where you can buy healing items. Makes no sense, it's the final level, but I don't know, maybe Gideon likes his food pills and E-tanks. Yes, there's an E-tank. They were not subtle with the Mega Man 2 references at all. They were just like, oh, it's the final stage, let's just throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. Even this E-tank. Say goodbye to the shops until the extra part. Now I gotta be really careful here. I'm on my last life and this part can be a bit of a nuisance. Just get rid of the jetpack guys first because they're jetpack guys and they're annoying in every brawler they're in no matter how you slice it. And then there's also the Albertas, they're annoying too. You don't even hear an explosion when the jet troopers go into the air, it's just like a lone jetpack falls from the sky. Oh man, the humor in this game is so brilliant. But after this little section right here, you have the final boss fight with Gideon, who is kind of... he's not that hard. Gideon attacks primarily with his Pixel Katana. I brought one of Alberta's stun batons in so I could keep him from counterattacking, and it also does tremendous damage to him as well. Gideon will counterattack every 6 or so consecutive hits when he's not floored, so just be sure to count how many hits you're placing on him before he does the counterattack. And if he is about to do the counterattack, just try to quickly get away from him or throw him away. The counterattack doesn't do that much damage, but then again, you don't want to get hit by it too many times. He also has this shockwave attack that you specifically need to double jump over. You can't just regularly hop over it, you need to double jump, otherwise you're getting hit. Or just go up or down the Z-axis, that works too. Gideon's counterattack as well as the shockwave are both unblockable, but with Gideon's shockwave, you can actually get close and punish him because he has a really delayed reaction. So this boss fight is really just you trying to juggle Gideon in the air. He does have invincibility frames if you punch him enough though, so you have to start the process anew. That's the counterattack. It is quick. Honestly, I'm not sure if you're quick enough to actually get away from it when he activates it. This background is reminding me of something, but I'm not sure what it is. I'm getting the Adventures of Batman and Robin vibes. That boss fight on the Mad Hatter stage, like the Mad Hatter himself. The Sega Genesis version, I mean. That's kind of what it's reminding me of. Maybe it's the tiles. I have not played that version of the Adventures of Batman and Robin in like 4 years, so maybe my memory's off a bit. But after a while, Gideon will start to tire out, and that's when you're nearing the end of the fight. Oh, Gideon, you pretentious ass. Please die. And so, Scott was saddened by Ramona's departure. But only for a little while. Soon he was dating Knives, Kim, and Envy all at once. He was the happiest guy in the world. Or was he? So yeah, Scott is basically king of the world now. Every character gets their own unique ending, and I'll be sure to show those off in the extra parts. And that was Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Well, what can I say about this game? It's freaking amazing. You take these awesome characters from an obscure book series and you put them into a movie. The movie may have not done so well, but there's an audience out there. But you put them into a video game. Oh, all bets are off. And that's the best thing I can say about Scott Pilgrim, and just basically any media in general. It's very, very original. Despite the 70 million references, Scott Pilgrim is very original. And yes, there are homages, and this game loves to parody other games, but you can tell there's a great amount of respect in the parodies. And what I also love about Scott Pilgrim, or Ubisoft rather, yes, I am going to give Ubisoft credit for reacquiring the rights to this character in order to re-release the game, because they didn't have to do it. They were looking at the sales and they saw that Scott Pilgrim was like, oh, nobody's really liking Scott Pilgrim that much. They didn't like the movies, and nobody really read the comic books that much, but it's like this cult following, so we'll do it for them. And that's what I like about that. They listen to a subsect of the fans for once. And now look at Scott Pilgrim. Sure, he may not be that popular still, but there are way more YouTube videos and online comic dubs of this character in the books that's just frankly insane. People are passionate about this character. Could we potentially see another movie or a video game of Scott Pilgrim? Hell, maybe even a TV show or an anime. We'll never know because the mainstream media is a silly thing. Another good thing about this game is its soundtrack. Oh boy, the soundtrack. I've been gushing over this for the past 7 parts, but I don't care. The soundtrack is just amazing. The combat is good and the RPG elements are not really that intrusive. It's just a really easy to pick up and play game. I do have one complaint though. The end credits are long. I know I'm complaining about something that's at the end of the game, but still. And I'm not sure if you can actually skip it in the original version, but you can in the PS4 version, so that's a non-issue right there. They actually did something right. So partway through the credits, I'm just going to cut off the video because I want to show off the credits, but I also don't want 40 minutes of just text scrolling by the screen. That's going to waste everybody's time. So yeah, if I ever do a Mighty No. 9 playthrough, those credits are going to be 5 minutes long. And I'm going to skip to the part where it shows some Call Me Johnny's name, because those credits are 4 freaking hours. We don't need all that. And long-ass credits are now commonplace in movies, and it sucks there too. Albertas are 11 out of 10, they're the best thing ever, says IGN. Except nobody trusts IGN anymore. As for my next playthrough, I'm not quite sure if I want to jump back into Castlevania quite yet. There's at least one more game I want to play before I get back into that series. And also I gotta do the extra part for this playthrough too. And I did promise this playthrough back in my update video, so I'm gonna try to do that before Castlevania 3, just so I could say I did it. I do love this game though, it's Cuphead. I'm sure I talked your guys' ear off for the past 3 hours, so I'm just gonna cut the commentary off right here and let you enjoy the music. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you for the next playthrough.